Korea's top dashcam brand is here with a powerful 4K dual-channel car DVR with all the bells and whistles to be one of 2024's best. But is it? Let's inspect. Right, we're going to talk about dashcams today, but before I get any further with testing and footage analysis and everything else, I want to share a few facts. First of all, this here is made by the company FineVu, which is the leading manufacturer in its domestic market, South Korea. Secondly, we talk about a dual channel setup, meaning that we have a front and the rear unit, which is covering pretty much everything happening in front and behind your vehicle. And thirdly, FineVu promise a lot of interesting AI integrations so that they improve the overall experience and make this dash camera as safe as possible. And as usual, my task here to thoroughly inspect and figure out which are the strong but also the weak sides and help you to decide whether the GX4K by FineVu is the right fit for you. FineVu has launched the GX4K with a price tag of close to $350, which makes it a more affordable choice than the top models by domestic brands such as Blackview and Thinkware, and quite close to the price of the Chinese Viofo and DidiPi's best offerings. Given the promising hardware specifications and the really nice design, I do have quite high expectations already. So, unboxing. Good pack, a brief thank you message, and this is the front unit already. Just a side note, given the fact that many people would have this one as their first dash camera, I feel that including the user guide at the top makes good sense and will help a lot of people to avoid some rookie mistakes. So apparently, nice and slim design on the front unit, 2 physical buttons, about switching on and off the mic or emergency recording, and the Wi-Fi controls. There's a QR plate, the power and the rear dash camera ports, the micro SD card slot, which is backed by an on and off switch, which continues to be my favorite dashcam feature ever, because you can terminate the operation of the dashcam without disconnecting it from the power, something I've seen only with FineVu thus far. As for the rest of the components, there's the rear module. It is a 1080p camera, also with adjustable angle. You're going to receive a hardwire kit as part of the assembly. There's a pack with the micro SD card reader and cable fixes, and then you get to see the user guide. Concerning the geeky side of this review, a quick specification walkthrough shows that the main unit is equipped with a Sony Starvis image sensor, a dual-core processor, a 136-degree front and 143 degrees rear field of view, support for up to 256GB micro SD cards, comes with the innovative parking mode with AI temperature control and up to 98% power savings. There's an inbuilt GPS, supercapacitor setup instead of a battery, dual-band Wi-Fi for smartphone app connectivity, and a 3-year international warranty. All of the specs so far sound really promising. However, now for the front unit, FineVu are deploying the IMX515 image sensor, which, yes, a very good one, Sony-made, part of the Starvis line, which is known for excellent performance with dash cameras, however belongs to its first generation. We already have the second one, and there are dash camera models equipped with units from the second generation. Still, the preliminary results delivered by GX4K are very promising, despite the fact it has an all-winner system on a chip on the inside. I'm not a big fan of these, however they offer excellent reliability. I feel that most of the attention that FineVu have in regard to this dash camera is about reliability and safety. No batteries involved, it is powered by a supercapacitor, and it has AI thermal control, meaning that it's super suitable for hot climate areas. The parking monitoring has also been refined. You have a few choices, something that you can select and configure throughout the smartphone app. And they promise that it is quite safe about exhausting your car's battery, something that was kind of problematic with certain other competitive units I have lately tested here on the channel. Also, reliable ADAS and a lot of other little things which tend to improve the overall user experience a lot. On the other hand, installation was a bit of a challenge. Well, it takes a bit of time, but once you do it, it's going to be a very reliable solution. Let me show you. Well, the biggest challenge here is installing the hardwire kit. Concerning the front module itself, there's nothing you should worry about. In fact, that's a missed opportunity. FineVu do not include a screen folio for installation, something that has become a standard for dash cameras in the last year or so. Find a good spot on the windshield, should be within the reach of the wipers and not disturbing you while you drive. Then plug the connectors, use these little cable clips and guide the power supply towards your fuse box. Now, the not-so-fun part is that you need to find two kinds of fuses in order to link it to, such one with constant power and such one that gets power while the engine is on. A multimeter is going to come handy, and if you feel uncomfortable with the procedure, just visit a car electrician or buy yourself one of these cigar lighter adapters. This won't let you use the parking mode, however. The rear module is quite easy to install, and the angle easily adjustable. So that's more or less everything you have to do. If you wonder whether fine-tuning certain parameters inside the smartphone app are about to bring improvements, well, hardly any. Yeah, you can tune up the recording resolution, the bitrate, the exposure. Most of the common picture controls are available, but the footage looks great even as it is in auto settings by default. To me, really important and interesting are the parking mode settings. You can base parking surveillance on motion detection, on time-lapse, or the power-saving feature, which is a further improved time-lapse option consuming the remarkable 0.06 watts, which basically eliminates any kind of concerns that you may have in regard to draining your car's battery. If you go for any of the other modes, you can still rely on the low-voltage cutoff, plus the extra option for earlier cutoff during the winter when the temperatures are lower. This is by far the most advanced parking mode controls I've ever seen on a dashcam to date. And of course, the culmination of this review is expectedly the image quality. There is no doubt that daytime footage is superb. Bright, crisp, with good dynamic range, a lot of details. 4K resolution with H.265 encoding means that you can fit a lot more details in smaller file sizes as compared to the traditional H.264 encoding. I hereby confirm that if we get the image side by side with the famous Blackview DR970X, I feel that we see a very minor difference between both. I can for sure comment on the noise reduction feature, which seems to slightly blur details should the noise of remote objects become too obvious, and I'd blame this on the all-winner chipset inside. As for the low light performance, it is in fact better than what I expected. Of course, having a Sony Starvis image sensor means good low light performance, and given the fact that there already is a second generation of these sensors with larger scale and further improved sensitivity, we know that some other models equipped with such may do slightly better at nighttime, but I certainly feel that the GX4K delivers top-notch image quality, which is on par with the high standards for the image quality that FineVu have always had. Microphone testing. This is the quality of the... Wow, I'm driving with 80 kilometers per hour. It's pretty much the top speed supposed to be here, and these guys, pretty fast. Anyway, you now have an idea what's the microphone quality of the FineVu GX4K. Good! Are we ready to talk about the drawbacks now? Well, there are such, after all, but luckily none of them seem to be a deal breaker. I'd love to see both sides of the cables to be L-shaped, because they ain't. There's no 4G or cloud option for keeping the dash camera connected via mobile network 24/7, the lack of screen folios in the pack, and the need to buy an optional cigar lighter kit should you prefer not to use a hardwire. That's it, in my opinion. In the end, I'm really pleased with the overall pack delivered by FineVu, because the GX4K is extremely reliable, apparently has excellent image quality, obviously not the top in class, but certainly among the best out there. It has almost the perfect smartphone app, and also all these little things such as the thermal management, which make me think that if FineVu have deployed a Sony Starvis 2 image sensor on the inside, that was about to be the best dash camera of the first half of 2024. But even as it is, I think it's a perfect choice for most of you, given the fact that its price point is pretty much matching the Chinese competitors and the reliability here is great. I feel that it's going to satisfy a lot of you who are concerned about certain quality or data integrity issues with Chinese models. So that's my take on the GX4K. And in case you have questions or you want to share about your opinion, I invite you to join me in the comment section below the video. If you want to get to know more about this unit, some ways to order it, and of course some ways to support my work here on the channel, check the video description area. Give me a like if you enjoyed this review, and if you want to go for more, subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching this episode, and wishes for a lovely day, drive safely and responsibly, and I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!